Hello guys, welcome to another video about English grammar. In this video, we're going to cover a new topic, which is possessive pronouns and the word on and how to use it. First to start, I would like to say I'm sorry for didn't upload any video the last 2 weeks. I just been on my holidays and I just decided to take a rest, enjoy the moment. So, and also have a good news for the channel. I just got a new microphone, so I hope you find the quality of these videos better and more enjoyable. So, let's start it. Okay, the unit for this video is the unit 83. The topic is a friend of mine, my own house, on my own, and by myself. First to start this topic, I would like to cover specific things like this topic, which is possessive adjectives and possessive pronoun. What's the difference between of them and how we can use it in this unit. So first of all, we use a possessive adjective to express who owns or possess something. A possessive adjective is used in front of a noun or a thing. For example, my computer, your pen, our car. Basically, we have one possessive adjective for each subject. For example, for I, we have my. For you, we have your, or he and his. This is the columns. I'm going to upload this material also in this video. I'm just going to leave the link on the description. Possessive pronouns. As with possessive adjective, we use possessive pronouns to indicate who owns something, but with pronouns, we don't use a noun. We use possessive pronouns when it's clear which objects we are referring to. For example, check out this example. Who pens is this? It's mine. It's mine. Check it out the meaning. My pen. We are replacing my for pen. Okay. Remember, we use possessive pronoun to indicate who owns something, but with pronouns we don't use a noun because it has to be clear which object we are referring to. Okay. For example, in the same, for each column in subject we have and each column for possessive noun. For example, I, my, you, yours, he, his, she, hers, it, its, we, ours, you, yours, they, and their. Remember, that's different. You as singular and you as a plural. So let's back to the unit. Okay, so let's start it. A friend of mine, or a friend of yours, and etc. We say a friend of mine, a friend of yours, a friend of his, and etc. Right? When we're talking about a possession, a friend of mine is the same way that to say one of my friends. It has the same meaning. Remember, as a language, we have many ways to express the same ideas. In this case, a friend of mine or one of my friends is exactly the same meaning, but maybe it's a little different structure, but express the same idea. Some examples could be, I'm going to a wedding on Saturday. A friend of mine is getting married. Not a friend of me. Remember, a friend of mine. We can replace a friend maybe for our relatives, a parent, or I don't know, someone or something. Okay, after of comes after of goes and a possessive pronoun like a mine, yours, his, her, I don't know. The next one, we went on holiday with some friend of ours. Check it out. We went on holiday with some friends of ours, not some friend of us. Huh? The next one, Harry had an argument with a neighbor of his. Harry had an argument with a neighbor of his. It was a good idea of yours to go to the cinema. It was a good idea of yours. Check it out. It was a good idea of yours to go to the cinema. We can express possession not only, I cannot say person, but something like things, like ideas, feelings, maybe, I don't know. In the same way, we say a friend of my sisters or a friend of Tom's when we want to be more specific. Okay. Remember, we have many ways to express possession. Another one is with apostrophe s. For example, that woman over there is a friend of my sister's. Or we can say as well, that woman over there is one of my sister's friends. So check it out. This is another way. It has the same meaning, but different way. With apostrophe s. It was a good idea of Tom's to go to the cinema. It was a good idea of Tom's to go to the cinema. Let's move on to the next part. My own or your own, and etc. We can say, we will say my own, your own, her own, his own, or something like that. Check it out. We use possessive adjectives to use this expression like my own. For example, my own house, your own car, her own room, not an own house or an own car. Doesn't matter if we are talking about a singular or plural. We cannot just link with the preposition an. My own or your own, and etc. No, it means something that is only mine or yours, not shared or borrowed. We are talking about the exclusivity. We are talking about that something it belongs to you, something it's yours, but only yours. I don't want to share my room with anybody. I want my own room. I want my own room. We're talking about that something only belongs to you. Vicky and Gary would like to have their own house. Their own house. It's a shame that the apartment has got his own parking place. It's a shame that the apartment has got its own parking place. It's my own fault that I have no money. I buy too many things I don't need. It's my fault that I have no money. I buy too many things I don't need. Why do you want to borrow my car? Why don't you use your own? Check it out. Why don't you use your own? Your own car is the same meaning. So in specific cases, you can just rip the noun, like in this case car, but express the same idea. You can also say a room of my own, a house of your own, or problem of his own. For example, I like to have a room of my own. I like to have a room of my own. Or he won't be able to help you with your problems. He has too many problems of his own. He won't be able to help you with your problems. He has too many problems of his own. So in the same way, we are expressing something is belongs you. It's not shared. It's like it's my own room. It's my problems. He has too many problems of his own. We're talking about that problems belongs that person, but only that person. Next one. We also use to say that we do something ourselves instead of somebody else do it for us. For example, Paul usually cut his own hair. We are talking about that. Paul cut his hair by himself. Okay. Another example could be, I like to have a garden so that I could grow my own vegetables. We're talking about grow them myself instead of buying them from a shop. Okay, we're talking about two actions that we can do for ourselves instead of somebody else can do it. This is a good example about Paul. Paul is able to cut his own hair instead of somebody else do it. Let's move on the last part. On my own, by myself. So what's it different? So I have another video about possessive reflexive pronouns like myself, yourself, himself, themselves, ourselves. So if you want to see these videos, you want to watch this video, I'm going to leave the link on the description below on the comments, and also I'm going to add a card in the top of the video. So on my own and by myself both mean alone. So you can say on my own, on his own, on our own, on your own, or by myself, by yourself, him by himself, by herself, by ourselves. But both of them means alone. Okay. For example, I like living on my own, or I like living by myself. Both means the same. Some people prefer to live on their own, or some people prefer to live by themselves. Jack was sitting on his own in a corner of the cafe, or Jack was sitting by himself in a corner of the cafe. Did you go on holidays on your own, or did you go on holidays by yourself? Exactly means the same. So let's move on to the exercise part. So let's start with the first one. This is a big one. This unit has like 6 sections for the exercise, so it's gonna be a longer, but I hope you find useful because it has a lot of examples. So the first one, change the underlined words and use the structure of yours. For example, I'm meeting one of my friends tonight. I'm meeting one of my friends tonight. So the another way to express this idea is, I'm meeting a friend of mine tonight. I'm meeting a friend of mine tonight. Another example, we met one of your relatives. We met one of your relatives. Or we met a relative of yours. We met a relative of yours. Jason borrowed one of my books. Jason borrowed one of my books. Or Jason borrowed a book of mine. A book of mine. I met Lisa at some of her friends. Or I met Lisa at some friends of hers. Some friends of hers. We have dinner with one of our neighbors. We have dinner with one of our neighbors. Or we have dinner with a neighbor of ours. We have dinner with a neighbor of ours. We went on holiday with two of my friends. We went on holiday with two of my friends. Or I went on holiday with two friends of mine. I went on holiday with two friends of mine. I don't know. Maybe you can answer this question. Which one do you find more natural? Which one do you think is most common in the spoken English? Maybe you can leave your comment on the below in the comment sections. So let's continue. I met one of Amy's friend at the party, or I met a friend of Amy's at the party. It's always been one of my ambitions to travel around to the world, or it's always been an ambition of mine to travel around the world. Let's move on to the next part. Complete the sentences using my own, your own, and etc. plus the following words like bathroom, business, opinions, private beach, and words. So the first one. I share a kitchen, but I have my own bathroom. I share a kitchen, but I have my own bathroom. Gary doesn't think like me. He has his own opinions. Gary doesn't think like me. He has his own opinions. So we're talking about possessive, like his own opinions, you know. Julia doesn't want to work for other people. She wants to start her own business. Julia doesn't want to work for other people. She wants to start her own business. In the test, we have to read a story and then write it in our own words. In the test, we have to read a story and then write it in our own words. We stay in a luxury hotel by the sea. The hotel has his own private beach. We stay at the luxury hotel by the sea. The hotel had his own private beach. Let's move on to the next one, the next exercise. Complete the sentences using my own, your own, and etc. Why do you need to borrow my car? Why don't you use your own car? So the next one. How can you blame me? It's not my fault. It's your own fault. Check it out. We're talking about that something belongs someone, but is made by alone. Let's move on to this side. That's an interesting part. Yep, this side. Something that is only mine, yours, no share or borrow. Okay, my own, your own. In these examples, your own fault. No. So this fault is only made for him, not share. This is the only one responsible for this one. She always using my ideas. Why can't she use her own ideas? Please don't worry about my problems. I'm sure you have your own problems. Right? We're talking about that something is only this person. It's not shared. I can make his decision for him. He has to make his own decision. I can make his decision for him. He has to make his own decision. Let's move on to the next part. Complete the sentences using my own, your own, and etc. Use the verb in brackets. So like a make, clean, bake, and write. For example, Paul never goes to a barber. He cut his own hair. Remember, when we use his own, like a my own, seen it? We're talking about to we're talking about that we do something ourselves instead of somebody else. Like for example, Paul usually cut his own hair, right? In that example, it is exactly the same example. Another example would be Helen doesn't often buy clothes. She likes to make her own clothes. She likes to make her own clothes. Another one. I'm going to clean your shoes. You can clean your own shoes. Remember, this is the structure of this idea. It's a pair like a make, clean, bake, follow, and a possessive adjective like a hair, yours, and the word on, and the object, the thing. In this case, clothes, shoes, breath, songs. So, the next one. Why don't often buy bread? We usually bake our own bread. We usually bake our own bread. Jack and Joe are singers. They sing songs written by other people, but they also write their own songs. Okay, check it out. By the other people, right? We are talking about to a possessive possession in this case. They sing songs written by other people, someone else write songs for Jack and Joy, but they also write their own songs, right? Let's move on next. Complete the sentences using my own, your own, and etc. or myself or yourself. Okay. For example, did you go on holidays on your own? Did you go on holidays on your own? Right? We're talking about that you do something by yourself, alone. Okay. For example, the box was too heavy for me to live by myself. The box was too heavy for me to live by myself. Okay. We have no help decorating the apartment. We did it completely on our own. Very young children should not go swimming by themselves. Very young children should not go swimming by themselves. Who was stoned when you saw him? Nobody. He was by himself. I don't like strawberries with cream. I like them on their own. So it's mean like that person likes only strawberry, without cream, without anything, just strawberry alone. The same in the previous sentence, like who was stoned with when you saw him? Nobody. Check it out. Nobody. He was by himself. He was alone. Very young children should not go swimming by themselves, so they shouldn't go swimming by themselves. They shouldn't swimming alone, like without supervision, without any adult supervision. Do you like working with other people, or do you prefer working by yourself? Check it out. Working by yourself. I went out with Sally because she didn't want to go out on her own. I went out with Sally because she didn't want to go out on her own. So in that case, Sally doesn't like to go out by herself or her own. Like she doesn't like to go out alone. Okay. Okay, let's move on. The last one. Are these sentences okay? Correcting where necessary. For example, Catherine would like to have their own house. So the correct answer is Catherine would like to have her own house. Her own house. Okay. This is the we have to write her instead of them. We have to replace. So Sam and Chris are colleagues of me. That's wrong. The correct answer is Sam and Chris are colleagues of mine. We are talking about the possession. I was scared. I didn't want to go out by my own. So this is wrong. The correct answer is I was scared. I didn't want to go out on my own. On my own. Okay. In my last job, I had home office. So in my last job, I had my own office. My own office. We're talking about possession. We're talking about that you used to have something, which one was not shared, like was only for you. You was the only owner. He must be lonely. He always with himself. It's wrong. He must be lonely. He's always by himself. My parents had gone away with some friend of them. That's wrong. My parents had gone away with some friend of theirs. Are there any countries that produce all own food? No, that's wrong. Are there any countries that produce all their own food? Huh? That's a different. So that's it for this video, guys. So I hope you find useful this video. If you find useful, please subscribe to the channel. And also, you have any criticisms, just leave me on the comments below in the comments. Give me your like as well. I hope to see you in the next video.